The Great Backyard Race, Hopper versus Froggo. The storyteller should use an energetic, slightly breathless voice and maybe some hand gestures for the action. Good evening, everyone. Gather round, because I have a tale for you, a tale of rivalry, a tale of two tiny titans, and a tale that answers the question we all secretly ask: who is faster, a grasshopper or a frog? On a motorbike. It all started with my neighbor, old Mr. Henderson. Now, Mr. Henderson has a pet. Not a dog, not a cat. He has Froggo, a bullfrog the size of a teacup, who believes he is the reincarnation of a professional wrestler. I, of course, have Hopper, a majestic jade-green grasshopper with legs like finely tuned springs and an appetite for my garden basil. Hopper is not just a pet. He's a tiny, six-legged daredevil, the Evel Knievel of the insect world. One sweltering summer afternoon, Mr. Henderson and I were having our usual argument over the fence which of our pets was the true champion of the yard. Froggo was doing push-ups on a stepping stone. Hopper was casually clearing the entire width of the driveway with a single leap. Suddenly, I looked at a tiny toy motorcycle my nephew had left behind. A little plastic red thing, barely bigger than a matchbox. An idea, a truly terrible and brilliant idea, sparked in my brain. Use a dramatic whisper, I leaned over the fence. Henderson, I said, forget leaping, forget wrestling. There is only one true test of a champion, a motorbike race. Henderson's eyes lit up. He scooped up Froggo, who just gave me a menacing amphibian glare. You're on, he croaked. Froggo rides like the wind. Your bug won't know which way to jump. Pre-race chaos, we had our track, a single straight shot down my driveway, about 10 feet long from the compost bin to the curb. Loading up Froggo was a nightmare. He's all sticky skin and angry muscles. Henderson had to use a tiny, repurposed twist tie as a seatbelt. Froggo just sat there, rigid, looking like a tiny, green biker with a serious attitude problem. The red bike looked huge underneath him. Loading up Hopper was an art. Hopper, naturally, didn't want a seatbelt. He stood tall on the seat, gripping the handlebars with his two front legs. He didn't just look like a rider, he looked like a statue of a rider, proud, stoic, and completely ready to jump off at the first sign of danger. We gave them their vehicles. The race would be simple. We'd use a long stick to gently push the bikes forward, and the pet's agility would be key to staying on for the distance. The race, use a fast, excited voice and rapid pacing for this section. Mr. Henderson and I stood side by side, sticks in hand. Our pets were positioned. The silence was deafening. A squirrel in the oak tree was staring. Even the wind held its breath. I yelled, ready, set, go. We pushed the bikes. Froggo had the immediate advantage. He's heavy. His bike zoomed ahead, a blur of red plastic and determined green frog. He was gripping the handlebars, his eyes fixed on the finish line. He was doing it. He was motorbiking, but then Hopper's light. Too light. The smallest bump, the smallest push, and his bike started to wobble. He was trying to balance, leaning left, leaning right. He looked like he was about to do an impossible wheelie. Froggo was halfway there. He looked back at Hopper, and, I swear, he let out a tiny, triumphant ribbit. That was a mistake. Hopper took the taunt personally. In a flash of green legs and pure, unadulterated bug spite, he didn't adjust his balance. He didn't hold on. He leaped. Pause for dramatic effect. He leaped. He cleared the motorbike, sailed through the air like a tiny green dart, and landed not on the ground but squarely on Froggo's helmet. The winner, Froggo, who was not expecting a six-legged passenger, immediately lost control. The shock, the weight, the sheer indignity of it all. His motorbike swerved, tumbled, and ended up spinning in a confused plastic skid. Hopper simply launched himself off Froggo, took one final, glorious hop, and landed neatly 3 feet past the finish line. My grasshopper had won. He didn't win by riding the bike. He won by using the bike as a launch ramp, a springboard to victory. A true champion adapts. Mr. Henderson just stared. Froggo was sulking beneath his overturned bike. I scooped up Hopper, who was already munching on a victory snack of my favorite basil. I looked at Mr. Henderson and simply said, "Your frog is a superb biker, Henderson, but my grasshopper is a better missile, and that, my friends, is the tale of how my daredevil grasshopper won the great backyard motorbike race." What do you think Mr. Henderson will challenge us to next?